Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're not just rattling off specs. We're talking about why this new drone feels different, why it's sparking so much excitement, and why it could be the perfect mix of freedom and power for almost anyone who loves flying. So stay with me through this whole breakdown, because the Mini 5 Pro is shaping up to be something special. The story really starts with the leaks. Blurry photos, packaging shots, people zooming into every pixel trying to figure out what's hidden in the details. And already the box itself tells a story. Right there on the front, it proudly shows Fly More Combo Plus with the DJI RC2 controller, and that's a big deal. Because for the first time, out of the box, you don't need to clip in your phone, juggle cables, or worrying about notifications popping up while you're trying to fly. You get a pro-level controller with its own bright screen, designed only for flying. That kind of focus feels liberating. Then you notice the big bold numbers, 52 minutes by 3. That means 3 batteries, each promising up to 52 minutes of flight under ideal conditions. Do the math. That's over 2.5 hours in the air. Think about that for a second. With earlier minis, 30 minutes felt like a sprint. You'd start recording, and before you knew it, the battery was begging to come home. But with this, you could film a sunset, swap to another battery, capture a night skyline, and still have one more pack left for the morning light. For creators, that's not just convenience, it's freedom. And yet, even with these larger batteries, the drone is still showing that magical CO sticker. Under 249 grams. For pilots in the United States, that means no FAA registration. For new flyers, that's huge. It's like being handed the keys without all the paperwork. For experienced pilots, it's the peace of knowing you can still throw it in your bag and take off whenever you want without extra hassle. Now here's where it gets really interesting. On the front of this little flyer is a LiDAR sensor. That's right, LiDAR in a mini drone. What does that mean? It means smarter obstacle sensing. It means flying over water, fog, or featureless landscapes without the drone losing its mind. LiDAR doesn't rely on just visual contrast. It measures distance with light, giving you safer flights in tougher conditions. Add what looks like LiDAR-assisted ranging, and suddenly you're talking about navigation that feels sharper and more confident than ever. And DJI clearly listened to feedback too. Remember the one-time use propeller screws from the Mini for Pro? Those are gone. This time it's a tap and twist propeller system. Changing props is now as easy as swapping batteries in a TV remote. That's the kind of quality of life improvement that makes a difference when you re out in the field. Of course, the real star of the show is the camera. A 1-inch sensor sitting on a new gimbal, promising crisp low-light performance, rich detail, and smooth 4K at up to 120 frames per second. That means slow motion that doesn't just look good, it looks cinematic. Night city shots that feel alive. Sunrise flights where every shade of color is captured. And with true vertical shooting, your footage is instantly ready for TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts. No cropping, no weird aspect ratios. Just sharp, clean content ready to go. But DJI didn't stop there. The gimbal now rotates up to 225 degrees. That opens up angles you wouldn't expect from a palm-sized drone. Shots that usually require bigger rigs are suddenly possible with something you can fit in your pocket. For storytellers, that's a whole new creative playground. Accessories and prices have already leaked too. Extra batteries, a charging hub, propellers, even ND filters, and the pricing is surprisingly reasonable. Care refresh plans are lined up as well. Everything points to DJI not just releasing another drone, but building a complete ecosystem around it, giving pilots the tools to fly longer, safer, and with more creative control. And yes, this drone is already registered with the FCC in the US. That's the green light for an American release. Will there be delays because of logistics or customs? Maybe. DJI isn't immune to those challenges, but the company has made it clear it's not leaving the US market. Which means when September comes, this drone is coming with it. So why does this matter? Because the Mini 5 Pro isn't just another small drone with a few upgrades. It's a turning point. It's a machine that gives beginners freedom, gives creators cinematic tools, and gives explorers endurance like nothing before it. It has proof that DJI isn't just improving, they rewriting what a mini drone can be. Now let me ask you this. If you had to end a half hours of flight time in one kit, what would you capture first? A city skyline, a mountain range, a night flight through the streets of your own neighborhood? Drop your answer in the comments, because I'd love to hear how you'd push the limits of this little powerhouse. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you felt the same excitement I did, make sure you're subscribed, because when the Mini 5 Pro officially lands, you'll want to be the first to know. Until then, dream up those flight plans, because the sky is about to get a whole lot more exciting.